Well, the Justin brand has been standing for America in more ways than one, and one of the most fascinating stories I've heard from any brand in a long time is this Camp Patriot program. And tell us who you brought with us today.
Well, I'd like to introduce everybody to Micah Clark. Micah Clark is the Executive Director of Camp Patriot and a dear friend of mine.
It's good to have you.
Well, it's a pleasure to be here.
And it's even better to know what you're doing to help some of these military guys come back. These soldiers have been wounded and really add to their life and their adjustment back.
Yes, sir. Well, I appreciate it, and it gives back to me as well, and it's a blessing to be doing what I'm doing for these guys. It's a team effort. We've got quite a few people that help out, and Justin Boots has added a ton of credibility to a small nonprofit like us.
Well, tell us what you're doing exactly.
Well, we take United States disabled veterans on outdoor adventures, and through those adventures we show them that they have abilities to live life and not look at the disabilities. Things like you see in the posters back here with climbing Mount Rainier. One of the soldiers there is missing his leg from a rocket-propelled grenade, should say RPG, and as well as Captain Scott Smiley, who was blinded from a suicide bomber. So they were able to get to the top of Mount Rainier in 2007, and we've continued that tradition to date. We've got, this will be our 7th year climbing Mount Rainier. But it's fishing, hunting, climbing, snowmobiling, you name it in the outdoors.
My goodness. And you've, I'm sure, been able to see a change in their perspective and their attitude and life in general. I'm sure.
Yeah, there's always so many variables in somebody's life when they come home, and we always say that it isn't the war they're fighting over there. The real war is when they come home. I mean, they're living with these shattered lives. Family situations, they got the same family situation anybody back here in the States is dealing with, but now you're blind or missing a limb, and you can just imagine what that compounds for dealing with things in life. So it is kind of that light at the end of the tunnel, and we're hoping to create that paradigm shift so that they've realized that things are going to be challenging, but they can adapt and overcome.
How did this all begin?
In 2004, I was working in Afghanistan and had the idea of Camp Patriot, and upon returning, I'd lost a couple buddies and decided to put pen to paper, and I actually bought a non-profit book for dummies. It was how I started the thing.
You really did?
Yeah, because I carried a gun for a living. So, I'm going, what am I going to do to create a non-profit? I mean, 7 years later,
easy, yeah.
7 years later, it's, where we're at now, I thought we would be at year 2 or 3, but it takes a lot of time to build something from scratch. And just like the Justin Boot Company, wasn't built overnight. It's Mr. Justin knew you have to roll up your sleeves and do the hard work. And so it's rewarding. It's been a journey, but we do need to get down the road and affect more lives. We're losing 20 vets, like every couple of days to suicide. And so those, those numbers are scary.
It's amazing.
And if we can, impact somebody's life where they turn that around and don't have those kind of thoughts, that's a mission well accomplished.
Well, we all have a purpose, even though sometimes the road that we're going down, there's a fork in that road and we go another direction. We just got to know that there is a map out there, and you help them see that road.
Well, Camp Patriot does. It's a team effort, and I'm blessed. Like I said, I get to kind of play Santa Claus as far as the job goes. And like I said, those variables are always different, and some people it's just a pat on the back of thank you, and they say thank you back, we appreciate it. But then there's guys that actually turns their life around to another extreme to they start climbing mountains and doing things they never thought they'd be able to do.
Tell us, Brandon, how did Justin get involved with Camp Patriot originally?
Well, I was actually introduced to Micah Clark in Denver a little over 3 years ago, and he did just what he did right there. He told his story. And at the time we were launching the JMAX product that we did a feature on here, and I said, well, you know what? We're about to launch this brand new American-made product, and we're going to tie it to this organization. We're going to find a way to utilize this great new American-made product and give something back to our wounded veterans coming home. So he gave me an opportunity, and we've built a pretty strong relationship and a friendship since then. So.
And you've even been on some of the adventures too.
I have. Actually, every year my brother donated his ranch in North Texas, and we do a Camp Patriot hunt every year. And we do it on September 11th. On 9/11, on Patriot Day, we end up handing over a check to Camp Patriot with all the money we've raised, and we've raised over $50,000 for his organization.
Now, how do you raise that money?
We give portions, proceeds back. We sell a lot of product, and we make sure that we're giving our fair share back to support his organization. And that tied back into this new product, the American Traditionals, that we just came out with. We launched it with JMAX in our partnership with him. and with Camp Patriot. And then our idea is, let's put something else out there that's a great American-made boot at a quality price point that's going to compete globally. And let's give money back to the Camp Patriot organization through that. So the American Traditionals line will support him as well.
Thank you for what you're doing to help our heroes out, and thank you for helping finance what he's doing to do a great service for our country. So we appreciate you guys.
Well, it wouldn't happen without partnerships with people like PFI who actually sell the products. So it's a full team effort.